How about the strains themselves? Because I know they're not exclusive to us. And this wasn't necessarily a question of that came in, like, where do you source your strains? But it is, I'd say, special because we're just getting, like top of the line strains, but there are others. So maybe just speaking, to that, as far as that's a big part of the reason why we have so much strain information, because we're not just getting them from the bargain bin, internationally or something. Any thoughts on the strains themselves?
Well, there's a lot of really quality manufacturers, but Danisco, now DuPont, and Chris Hansen's are two of the top probiotic fermenters in the world, and the consistency and the overage that comes with those two products makes it the best candidates to purchase product. We buy some from other companies as well as they are needed, but they will give us, let's just say it's a trillion CFU per gram is what they're guaranteeing. It might test higher than that, but they're guaranteeing this amount. And when we put that amount in there, that's what we get. When we're building the products. So it's the quality and the consistency that you get from those two companies. And then they give you all the information. We didn't create this information of who produces D negative. Like, that comes from the companies that are growing the bacteria. So if you're going to them and they're giving you that information, you can certainly capture that and pass it along. But just the fact that there's a consistency and the quality is the reason we go to those guys.
It's amazing that over the years how so many still haven't gone to showing the strain designation, so you get the true identity. And even the ones that do, like you already mentioned, it's often in a lump proprietary blend where you don't know how much of anyone's strain. But there's still a lot that aren't, but there are more and more companies, other probiotic companies that I think are doing it right. And
Let's
showing.
remember one thing too. When we're looking at the labels on these products, and this is a pet peeve of mine, is that it'll say Lactobacillus acidophilus LA1 or NCFM or LA14, whatever it is. Though that strain designation technically is a trademark. It's owned by a company, and it's only licensed to certain companies to use. And the studies that they do are done on their trademark, and the only place you can buy the trademark is from them. Well, we know that we can buy the products, we just can't call them the same thing, so that it generates some confusion in the marketplace. I mean, it's a pet peeve of mine. So we always also provide, where we have it, is the American Type Culture Collection number. So if you want to know exactly what it is, you can go look it up. You can see the genetics, you can see what it does, where it goes, and everything else.
What about any quick thoughts? I'm sort of throwing this one in there, but on just the reclassifying. It might not be something that the practitioners are aware of, but there's a lot of interesting science happening as they are spanning out the genus and the species and all the subcategorizing that's going on. Any quick thoughts on that we've seen over the past few years?
Well, it's already happened with Lactobacillus, and it's soon to be happening with Bifidobacterium. But now that we have the genetics, we know what families they belong to, and some of the names are changing. So, Lactobacillus is still going to apply to Acidophilus, but it's not going to apply to, say, Plantarum. It's going to be Limolactobacillus plantarum. But the beauty is that they all start with the letter L. So you're going to just start seeing labels now. They say L plantarum or L acidophilus, and then Bifidobacteria will be next. They'll come up with some nomenclature for Bifidobacteria. So you just see the first initial and then the species. You still need to have the strain designation at the end.